I'll go ahead and say this right now. Listen, I am a New England Patriot fan. I have a poster of the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, right there. I have a Patriot blanket, Patriot jersey of Brady, whatever. I'm a Patriot fan, no doubt about it. I have a Brady statue right there. Again, I'm just saying that. But the reason why I'm wearing a Christian McCaffrey jersey for the Panthers, yeah, see, Panthers. I live in South Carolina. I'm supposed to pull for the Panthers, honestly. But I don't like Cam. I like Christian McCaffrey, so I got his jersey, and I'm ready for football season. So that has nothing to do with this video. I just want to go ahead and say that before anyone else out there in the comments says it. I'm a Patriot fan, but I like Christian McCaffrey. Salem's Lot. This movie is directed by Tobe Hooper and came out in 1979. It was a two-part miniseries on TV, and then it came into a film, and then it's on Blu-ray, and I've watched it, and it's creepy. But the reason why I decided to do Salem's Lot, I was going to go do like The Shining or something like that, whatever, like a big next Stephen King movie. But then I heard about the news about Tobe Hooper did pass away this weekend. He directed Poltergeist. I think he did. I don't think he did. I think Spielberg did, but he did direct the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm pretty sure the sequel, and he also directed Salem's Lot. So I was like, okay, he passed away, I'm doing a Stephen King reviews, let's just go ahead and review Salem's Lot. And I have to say, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I totally forgot it was a 3-hour movie miniseries thing. It's a long movie, guys. It's really, really long. So basically the story is this author guy comes back to his hometown, Salem's Lot. Everyone's happy to see him. He's an author. He's happy to be there. Turns out there's this old marsh house up on the hill, and this old man who works in a little shop in the town, he goes up there, he lives up there all by himself, and then people start dying around town and coming back as vampires, and more people are dying, and there's vampires taking over the town while this author guy is coming to town trying to figure it out. I have to say this right now, I think this is one of the most underrated Stephen King like TV movies, or movies in general. I mean, it's not like amazing, it's not an A+ movie, but my gosh, is it not creepy? This movie is actually goosebump imagery kind of stuff where you're like, that is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. And it has. There are some scenes in this movie, I think a lot of people will agree with me, especially my mom. My mom says there's a scene in this movie is the most terrifying scene she has ever seen in a horror movie forever when she was a little kid. So honestly, I can agree, because this movie is creepy to the bone. So first things first, I will start with Tobe Hooper, the directing. It's very good. It's very good for a TV movie, and it makes me sad that back then we got these great TV movies, honestly. Nowadays, we get literally crap. I wish we had something like this. Like, this came on ABC. When does ABC do TV movies anymore? Never. But back then, they made some gems, man. Like, this movie was actually nominated for a few Emmys, whatever, for the music, which the music is just great. I love the music in this movie. The makeup, all that stuff. I mean, it all looks good. And I thought the directing by Tobe Hooper, he really just brings out that creepiness. He really, really does. The music, the directing, the cinematography, everything Tobe Hooper did with this movie is great. I love everything he did, especially how he made the Marsh House look. The Marsh House is one of the creepiest houses I've ever seen on movies. I think it's creepy. The old man that lives there, he's creepy, and he's talking about the master is coming, and it's the big vampire with the teeth and blue head or whatever. It's a creepy-ass vampire, if you tell me. But it's not the creepiest scene in the movie. So all the acting is very good. There's like the one actor from Every Which Way But Loose. He's the only one I actually noticed. Everyone else I don't really know. But the movie is long. I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. The movie is very long, and it gets boring in some parts, especially the whole romance, that whole thing with him and the romance and everything, and how she does get killed, and at the very end she's a vampire. That's all great toward the end, but the first half of this movie I was like, this is boring, I don't care. There's some very pacing issues in this movie. It's sort of boring, and there's a few outdated stuff you could say. But let's just go into it, the creepiest scene to me in the entire movie. There's two of them. One of them is, of course, I think everyone knows I'm about to say this, is of course the window scene. Well, there's like three window scenes actually. basically all these three are the same thing. There's a boy laying in bed at nighttime. There's some smoke outside his window, and all of a sudden, a creepy boy with shiny eyes is floating in the wind, in the smoke, and comes up to the window and starts scratching on it and ticking on it, saying, "Let me in. Come on, let me in." And he's got shiny eyes and vampire teeth, and he's floating. I can't look at my window. And he's in there scratching on the window. That is terrifying. That is creepy. Why can't people do that in movies today? That is terrifying. Sleeping in your bed and waking up to a creepy dead kid on your window who is floating in smoke, scratching at your window. We don't need blood and guts. Creepy, scary stuff is that kind of stuff. And I agree. This scene is so creepy. I love it. It's great. It's amazing. And of course, my second scene that I think is so creepy is when the preacher comes upstairs and he finds the guy from Air But Loose, and he's a vampire, and he's sitting in the rocking chair, and he's not even looking up. He's just rocking, and he's dead. He's just rocking, and then he looks up, and his eyes are shining bright. He's looking right at the preacher dude, and he gets him. He's like, "Look at me, preacher." He's like hissing at him. Ew, my God. It is just creepy, especially when he's rocking in the chair and he looks up. Oh my God. Salem's Lot has some of the most scariest scenes in a movie I have ever seen, hands down. It creeps me out. Again, my only issue is the romance is kind of bullcrap. The movie's really long, even though it's a two-parter miniseries and they got them together in this movie. It's still a 3-hour movie. The ending is a little anticlimactic. They killed the main vampire guy by stabbing him and all that kind of stuff. But the main vampire, when we finally get to him, it's not like, boom, like we get all these scary scenes or whatever, and then it's like this big action scene where they're in the cellar and they're trying to kill it and all the vampires coming after them. It's kind of like Stephen King. The most famous thing about Stephen King is usually he has great beginnings and middles, but then he has kind of a terrible ending sometimes. I wouldn't put this in terrible, but I'd be like, it's anticlimactic if you tell me. So overall, Salem's Lot is seriously one of the scariest movies I've ever seen for certain imagery and scenes. I'm gonna give the movie a very high B+. I think it's a very good movie. There's some pacing issues in the romance and stuff, but overall, I think it is just pure creepy, and this is probably, in my opinion, top 3 best vampire movies we've ever had, honestly. So yeah, guys, if you want to tell me a Stephen King movie to review, leave a comment down below. I'll review it, I'll give you a shout out, and I'll review it. Again, I only got like 1 more week until the new It comes out, so we're hitting some big ones here soon. Soon are gonna come some big Stephen King movies. And guys, if you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.